Hi guys, just wanted to show you my computer room, and haven't got around to that yet. Had to clean it up a little bit of dusting to do, and about 65 diecast cars to clean up, and a little bit more cleaning to do in here, so it took me a little bit. So yeah, with no further ado, I'll show you what it looks like, and I hope you like it. If you do, please hit the like button and subscribe and share with your friends. So with that, let's get started. Thanks guys. There's the Xbox controllers right there for games, headset. And there's the computer stuff, and I got music playing in the background. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm going to turn this part off. Okay, we'll start here. Dale Earnhardt Sr. I think it was around 98. This was a No Bull Million. It was a super speedway track. I think it was Talladega. Yeah, it was. Came from 15 cars behind with 3 laps to go, right down the middle, won $1 million and the race. Incredible race. You can Google that one. Had to have that car. Peter Mac's car, Dale Earnhardt Sr. He hated that car, hated the paint scheme. Don't think he won the race, but everybody loved the paint scheme. Very popular car. And then there's Dale Jr. Awesome car. I made that little flag for that car. Very cool car. There's another one. And another one. And there's a picture of one of those cars. Someone sent me that picture. I had to have it framed. Absolutely love it. And then Jimmie Johnson. Started out as a rookie. I fell in love with the Lowe's car with number 11, Junior Johnson, Brett Bodine. It was a Ford Thunderbird back in 95, and I got LOWES2WIN was my screen name I came up with on AOL, and I still got it today. Who knew that it would go that far? And then Mike Skinner in the 31, then Jimmie Johnson came along as a rookie, and then took off from there, and I just got lucky with that guy and turned into a dynasty. And then they just kept going. And I got some over here, some of his red, white, and blue patriotic Firecracker 400 paint schemes at Daytona every year, which now they race in Chicago, road racing, Power Wheels cars, whatever they are. Not my thing, but it's definitely interesting. Different era. NASCAR is not NASCAR anymore. I don't know what happened. So we'll move along. Wait, I gotta show you my P51 Mustangs, Fighter Escorts, Red Tails, Tuskegee Airmen. Best P51 Fighter Escorts ever had. First black fighter pilots, and absolutely the best. Fearless. The B-17 guys didn't know what they had when those guys came around. They were best fighter escorts in World War II for the B-17 guys. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. And that's a brushless RC boat. I've only had it out a couple times, but you think you're going 100 miles an hour on the water, and you're probably going about 40. It goes about 55 max, and it does, believe me. I've had it out. There's video on that too on my website, on my YouTube channel. That burned out. It was really nice. See if I can back this up. There we go. Yeah, it was really nice. It was a real accent light for this room. It looked really good, but you can see I got some more hidden under there, but someone gave me that too, and it burned out. It lasted a long time. And I got these license plate borders that go all the way around the room. I started collecting those. $5 here, $5 there, $20 for 6 or 5, whatever. I just started collecting them. My sister-in-law made me those curtains when we moved in here almost 20 years ago, and still got them. This room is that old. Kind of just started, now it's a museum. There's a cardboard cutout rookie Tony Stewart, kind of banged up a little bit, but it's weathered pretty well considering it's been around. My neighbor gave me that. Then we go over here. I got my Dale Earnhardt guy. This is my. He was something else, man. Dale Earnhardt Sr. That was my. He was a matriarch of NASCAR. He was everybody liked him, everybody hated him, but he was the intimidator. What can I tell you? He made it NASCAR interesting. I can tell you that much. He was a smart man, but he was a good man. The guy would give you the shirt off his back. Took care of a lot of people. Sterling Marlin. That was my first diecast NASCAR I got right there in my old house where I rented. I had a shelf. Actually, it was this one I got in the garage sale for $5. It was absolutely nothing. It was just particle board, not even painted. Ugliest thing you ever seen. That's why it was $5. Gave it about 3 coats of latex matte satin black, and then I painted the little checkerboards on it. I cut some plexiglass to put in there. Got some cheap lights to put underneath, and like they go over in your closet or your sink or whatever, you know, laundry utility room. Plugged them in on a power strip in the back, and I got a little display case for $30, a little bit of time, and that's what I got. So you got to be, you know, work with what you got. So yeah, that's like one of my favorites right there. That's why it's in a case. So that was his 1998 Daytona 500. After 20 years, finally won the Daytona 500. You should have seen the standing ovation he got when he came into pits for that one. That was the whole length of the pit. Every team watched him come in and gave him a high five on the way in to the pits. It was incredible. Made the hair on your neck stand up. It was so cool. That's the car that on the last lap in turn 4, that was his fatal crash. Same one there. You can tell by the Sonic decals on the back. That's the really only way you can tell, pretty much. It's kind of hard to find those cars. And then there's some old Steve Park, drove that one. Ken Schrader, Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr., Jeff Burton, Ernie Irvin down there. Just a bunch of them. Terry Labonte. And the list goes on. These are some of my not so great cars. That's why they're over there. Filler cars, I guess you call them. And then you got the Saturn V Rocket, 1969. Went to the moon. Werner von Braun. I was 8 years old, and these lights are part of my train set situation thing, so I put them on, just turned them on for the video, because they remind me of when they had it lit up at night at Kennedy Space Center. Just makes it look a little cooler. I just did that for the heck of it for the video. But yeah, you got a little bit of everything in here. It's kind of like a little mini museum. Actually, it doesn't have enough room in here because I can't put my RC trucks in here. That'd be nice, because they're pretty cool to look at, but just not enough room. And I got some more stuff I custom mounted. Actually, it wasn't that long ago, like 3 years ago. I could still do that. Custom mounted the flat screen TV in there. I got about it. I did this. I measured everything. This actually moves. You can move that out. There's just enough clearance. I can swivel it, turn it. Like if I want to watch it while I'm over by the computer, I can swivel it. And believe it or not, it won't even touch the plexiglass acrylic. Well, it's acrylic. Custom built case I ordered. I had to have it shipped here from New York. because I actually made the diorama. There's more cars down there. They're all a diecast action. That was part of the Muppet collection that goes with that. And then there's another color chrome diecast. And then there's another Jimmie Johnson poster. And that's that book my mom helped. She's got a lot of her stuff in that book, stories. She had a lot to do with that. And then I put the B-17 in here because it's safe and protected. It's one of my best pieces of work ever, actually. So, and it's got all the identification lights, the strobe lights, the marker lights, you know, the red and green. It's got the strobe lights in the fuselage and the tail. It's got everything. The whole thing's digitally lit up. You can probably see that in one of my other videos on the B-17. I painted all the crew figures. I did the electronic static grass for the diorama. I went all the way on this thing. The diorama is all custom made. I went full bore on this one. And the ironic thing is, I took Logan to see the real 909 in September of 2019, I believe it was. And September? Yeah, 27th. No, July 27th, and then October 2nd, that aircraft crashed and burned, and 7 out of 14 people, I think, were on there, perished. It was a horrible situation. I was just finished. I was still working on this, actually. I was working on the diorama part of it when it happened. It just kind of, I didn't know what to think. It was horrible. Anyway, moving on. Trying to get this done without having a 2-hour video. I talk a lot, sorry. I put an accent blue LED backlighting on the TV. It's just a strip. It's actually kind of cheap to do. I kind of like the way it lights up the cars. It doesn't look good on camera, but in real life, when you're in the room, it looks good. These are all autographs, actually real autographs. Most of them, I think there's one of them that isn't. I think it's that one, but all the other ones are hand autographed by Jimmie Johnson. I got them from friends or online or whatever, but they all are certified. And then there's another Jimmie Johnson car over there. And then down here, there's the signature one. That's a custom elite action, not custom, whatever. That's the Lowe's paint on the hood, signature paint that we sold at Lowe's. I mixed a lot of that stuff. Can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of gallons. I'm not exaggerating. Over 33 years. There's another one, and they just move on down the line. That's when Rick Hendricks' son died, and a lot of the crew members, or crew chief, I think, for the Lowe's team. That was a tragic crash, a private jet on the way to the track. That was a big deal. I think it was Martinsville they were going to. So they did a memorial for that on the car for that. Then there was another paint scheme here, color chrome paint scheme, another one. And you move over here, they bump that up again. And you got Jeff Gordon. This is the Jeff Gordon wall. I like Jeff Gordon. A lot of people, it was just a rivalry thing. That was all just for the fun. The guy was good. He was a good driver. Smart driver. Gotta throw him up there too. But yeah, there's another bigger scale one. I think that's 132 scale or whatever. But yeah, gotta have that guy in there too. The best drivers here. And I do have a Budweiser blimp. There's a thumbtack for it, but somehow that mysteriously got knocked down. All right, here's the wall, the mirror I got from a friend, and I did some custom work on it. I had a graphic sign put on there, and then I bought a rope light that happened to just fit with about an inch to spare, but nobody can tell. Got some colored light bulbs, put them in the ceiling fan, and it kind of does it. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty simple. I mean, it is what it is. It's 20 years of what I collected and what I did and who I am, and it's kind of part of me, you know. It's part of my history of what I enjoyed and my hobby, and it's the other part. You saw the trains, you saw the planes, and now you saw the automobiles, you know. I don't know, that movie really inspired me. John Candy was a hero to me. Kind of reminded me of myself in ways I can't really explain, you know. I mean, I was always a big guy, and it's a personal thing I can't explain, you know, but he was always a positive guy and inspired me in ways, you know, and how he could make a bad situation a good situation by making people happy, you know. And I don't know, just a great guy. Died too soon. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, and I hope to have another video out soon. God bless you guys, and glory to Ukraine. I can't wait for this to be over. It should have been over a long time ago.